One of the most powerful ways to change our life and change our reality is by changing our perception and how we view the world. But how do we do this? Because this is really the nitty gritty of where we create incredible transformation. And today's channeled message is such a beautiful illumination as to how we step into this shift in changing our perception. And my guides walk us through this beautiful journey. And today's channeled message is truly just, I really believe it will shift you on a deep energetic level, because I have felt that within my own being, simply being in this energy. So I'm very excited to share this message with you all. And so with that, I'm just inviting you, wherever you are, taking these few moments for yourself, taking a big deep breath in. And with that, let us dive in. Where are you holding on to false constructs of your current situation? For there is your situation, and there is your situation with all of the energetic momentum you have built up around it. There is a situation, and the situation with all the charged energy leading you to perceive it in a certain way. The why it is the way it is, and all the circumstances and situations that have led it to be so. And all the while creating further momentum and energy to ingrain it into your physical reality. What if this situation, wherever you perhaps are finding yourself struggling in this present time in your life, what if it simply was? The situation simply was. It wasn't good or bad or right or wrong. And that it wasn't a culmination of external forces and sources and situations that have led it to be so, but rather, it just was. It was what it is so that you could learn, grow, expand, and evolve. Not something to derail you, to hold you back, or even something that you need to overcome. Just allowing it to be. And once you allow this neutrality to wash over your situation, the energy of it simply is. Now, you cultivate fertile ground for expansion, momentum, and transformation. For now, from this place, you have created fertile soil. Before, the soil was filled with weeds, with bushes, thorns, and all sorts of obstacles. To even get to all sorts of obstacles, you couldn't even get to the soil. All of these being your stories and beliefs about it. And so now, simply removing the weeds, the stories. Now, you have a fresh, clean slate to work with. You have clear, clean soil. Clean, clear soil to plant new seeds, to water new seeds, to create new stories. Ones that empower you, motivate you, and increase the sensation of energy in your physical body. Stories that motivate inspiration, change, expansion, growth, learning, and evolvement. Stories that support you. For this is what your lives are. A series of stories that you are all collectively weaving. And so as you shift and change the story, you shift and change the energy. And as you shift and change the energy, you shift and change the outcome and situation. But first, bring yourself into clean slate energy. to clear the weeds, the thorns, the bushes that have led you to not see clearly. Cleanse your energetic field of the stories, beliefs, and thoughts that you have held onto about how you believe things to be. And allow yourself to drop the story entirely. For many of you, this alone will lead to a massive transformation. And for some, we sense the feeling of loss. For who are you without this story? Who are you without the story to support and convince you and others of the way things are? Of why you haven't had the success, of why you haven't made it yet, of why you struggle with your health, of why the relationship didn't work. All of these just to name a few. Who are you without the story of why you suffer? Feel deeply into this and notice what your heart reveals to you, shows you, and guides you to do. For if there is a sensation of trepidation, fear, loss, confusion, you know you've stumbled upon a massive transformation. And so just understand that this is simply an invitation. You may always pick up your story later. You may always let it once again be your lens of reality. But what if, for just a moment in time, you let the stories go completely? That it was no one's fault, not your fault, not others' fault, for your suffering, circumstances, or situations at hand. It just is. And as you allow it to just be now you, as the artist and co-collaborator with Source, get to weave a new narrative, a new picture, a new sensation, one that serves you, inspires you, and creates the energy and power in your body. And now you tip over the line of neutrality into expansion, momentum, and an upwards spiral. Into the trajectory of illumination and creation, where you see yourself anew, others see you anew, you see the situation anew, and your life is now anew. And when you realize, when all you are now seeing and perceiving is anew, you now have new thoughts, new sensations, new realizations, new ideas, new solutions, and new energy. And in this new energy, new people, circumstances, and situations help guide and support you and are magnetized to you. And thus continue to compound and exponentially grow. This is how energy works. And this is the premise between the quantum field, that you, a co-collaborator with Source, get to weave energy free from obstacles, constraints, lack, limitations, perceptions, stories, or past ideas of who and what you are, and simply align with truth and love. And as you align with truth and love, pure miracles, pure magic, pure divine rebirth, recalibration, and remembering of all you are and came to be. Breathing this in, allowing the stories to fall away, allowing yourself to remember your creator being and essence, and allow the fullness of what you came to be, see, do, and create, and remember, all right here. And so it shall be. And so it is.